guys, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. My name is Annalise and this is my channel where we get planty with it. So today we're going to be doing kind of a different, let me slow down because I know I speak too quickly. Today we're going to be doing a slightly different kind of video. It's going to be kind of a planty DIY type thing. I hope you guys enjoy that kind of content. I personally love watching DIY videos, and then even more when they're plant related, so I thought this could be fun. Full disclosure, I found this idea actually from Caitlin from Plant Life in the Tropics. She made, I think it was an Instagram reel. Yeah, I think it was an Instagram reel about this thing that she was trying out, and I was like, that sounds so cool, and I definitely want to try it out. So if you want to join me on this little planty DIY journey, then stay tuned. So as a lot of people know, Caitlin from Plant Life in the Tropics is the one who I think originated the idea of plants on planks, where basically she would grow her plants up wood planks and it helps them mature because they can attach to the wood much like they would a moss pole, but you don't have to keep the wood wet or maintain it in any way, as opposed to a moss pole that you have to keep moist and blah, blah, blah. And so that was such a cool idea. Her plants are growing amazingly. Definitely go check out her channel. I'm sure you already seen it, but if you haven't, go check that out. But then she came up with this other idea. I have no idea how she comes up with all these brilliant creative ideas, but her idea was to use corkboard, like I have here, to grow your plants on. Corkboard has kind of like a porous, rough material, and I think the idea is that it would be pretty easy for plants to grip to this and grow up this kind of like a plank. Now, the reason I thought this was really great is it's a little bit more versatile than a whole wood plank in terms of where you can put it. I think in some ways it's easier to use. You don't have to find a piece of wood, cut it to a certain size, etc. And I had two specific places in my house that I thought this would be perfect for, because the plants right now don't have any support. They're just kind of hanging out, but there's not really space for a wood plank, or it'd be kind of unsturdy. So I thought this would be a great solution. So we're gonna go around, we're gonna measure, cut this stuff, and put it up, and then maybe in a month or two I will do an update video on how everything is going with this process. I'll also definitely post updates on my Instagram as they come, so follow me there if you don't already. Okay, let's get into our DIY. So the first plant that I want to use this corkboard pole situation for is my Philodendron Esmeraldense. You guys might remember that I got her at the Ecuagenera pop-up I went to back in November. Side note, the next one is this weekend and I'm literally so excited. But anyway, she is kind of growing up the wall back here. I did tape her on in an attempt to see if she'll attach. However, this wall is like super thick coat of paint. I think it's just like they keep painting over it, and I think it actually might be metal. That sounds like metal to me, like maybe it's this material, I don't know. But it definitely isn't attaching. It's not really growing aerial roots near the wall, so I thought it could be awesome to cut some of the cork to size here and have this grow up it. I think it'll be definitely easier than a wood plank, because the plank would kind of have to balance here. I'd have to find one the right size, which I definitely don't have right now. And so this is an awesome alternative. So that's location number one. And then location number two is in my bedroom, where I have this sort of syngonium area on my windowsill. Here is my chia pens, and it hasn't really been growing. So I just transferred it to Leca a few days ago because soil was not doing it justice. And so I thought this would be an awesome candidate to also grow up something on this wall back here. The aerial roots are there and ready to go, but I just want to try to put some cork here and see if that does the trick. Okay, so I'm just gonna measure this first area out with my ruler here. Oh great, I did not realize the numbers on my ruler are totally washed away. I think I've had this since like elementary school, but it looks like it's a little bit more than the 18 centimeter mark. That's not actually how long it is, because those numbers are counting down, but at least I know how long I want to cut it to. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing this on my kitchen counter so I don't mess up any furniture or anything. The question is, I don't know how tall I want this to be yet. I'll probably cut about 3 pieces of the corkboard for each of them. And then it's clearly very easy to add on if I need more down the road. Oh shoot, I didn't think about this ahead of time. I don't know why, but I thought the back of the corkboard had a sticky attachment thing, but it does not. I guess I'll probably have to use command strips or something like that to attach it to the wall, but that is okay. Okay, so I've got my ruler here, and let me get like a pen. I have a Sharpie here, okay. So I'm just gonna mark about where it was ending, which was about 18. And I'm just gonna make a line all the way down. Okay, pretty good. I think I'm gonna try to cut it with a knife. I feel like that might be a little bit easier than using a scissor, but we will see. Okay, that did nothing. Cool, 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 cool. We're gonna use a scissor instead. Much easier. Okay. Then I think I can just use this piece as a template for the next one. Also, I will link this cork board that I have here in the description box. I did get it off Amazon. I'm pretty sure it was pretty cheap. But if you can, you should probably look for one that has a self-adhesive on the back. I think that would make the process a little bit easier. Okay, we're gonna do one more of this size, and then I'm gonna go measure the chia pens. Or not the actual chia pens, the wall that the chia pens is sitting against. I mean, I guess I don't have to make it the exact width of the wall. You can kind of decide how thick that you want the corkboard to be, as long as it's bigger than the stem. But I think it might look cool kind of covering the whole wall. Maybe look a little bit more intentional. Okay, so we have our 3 pieces for the Esmeraldens. I will run and quickly measure the chia pens and be right back. Okay, so that wall is much wider. It's about up to there on the ruler. So we're probably gonna have to use 3 full sheets to do this one. I definitely wanna make it a little bit smaller than the wall actually is because I don't want it to kind of stick out at all. Also, for the record, I'm not really a DIYer, so this may not be the absolute best way to do this. If you do have comments on how to do this better, definitely let me know. But this is all just trial and error. You know, I love kind of experimenting with new things for my plants. I thought this could just be a fun project to try out. Maybe it won't work at all, who knows? Okay, there's one. I think for the chia pens, actually, I can start with just 2 because it's really not that tall yet. But that's one of the things I really like about this method is how easy it is to add on. Like with wood planks, you really can't add. So even if you have a small plant, you have to get a massive plank if you want it to have room to grow, which I don't have space for personally. Okay, very exciting thing I just noticed. It does come with little adhesives. I thought I had read that. Okay, so it's good. I didn't make that up. Okay, so we have all of our pieces. I'm gonna start with one. I'm gonna make sure that the little marker marks are on the back side so you don't see them. So I'm gonna put the adhesive on that side. I guess I'll just put 1 in each corner. Oh my gosh. Nails make it so hard to do little things like this. Let's do one more and see how it works on the wall, and then we can see if it needs more adhesive or if this works. Maybe that's the way to do it. Stick it on with the backing on and then take the back off. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see if we can get that up on the wall. So I'm gonna take off this piece of tape and move this dude away from the wall. It is so precarious. Okay, here is our cork board. Let's see. Did I measure right? Wow, I measured it perfectly right. That's crazy. Okay, let's see how that looks. I think it looks pretty good. It looks pretty like normal, right? Let's speed through the adhesive for the rest so we can finish installing that piece. Okay, all done. Let's go put them up. Right on top. Oh yeah, I didn't even need them to be this tall. Think about how high they would go. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, let's bring the plant back. That's awesome. Now, there's a few ways that you can attach the plant to the cork board. One way I heard of that I'm gonna try is adding a little piece of Velcro tape, just the typical green Velcro tape like this one, and then using push pins like for bulletin boards and putting that into the cork board. So this may be a little bit hard to see when I do it, but I will do a close-up shot afterwards. Well, it actually looks decent. Let's take a closer look. Okay, can you guys see what I did there? So basically I just put that little piece of Velcro tape right over the node. It's covering the node up so you can't see it, but it has the starts of some aerial roots, and then I just put a push pin on either side. That way it's super easy to undo whenever I want to undo it, and honestly you can't really see it behind the entire plant. Wow, I think it looks good. So it's putting out this new leaf here. So hopefully that means we'll get some aerial root development soon, and you can see just how tall this is. Sorry it's so backlit, it's like right next to a window, so it's a little hard to get a really great shot. Okay, let's do the same in the bedroom. Okay, so here we are. So since these pieces were quite a bit bigger than the other ones, I added an additional sticky piece in the middle, just to make sure it kind of doesn't flop out in the middle. Let's do it. Try to move some of this stuff out of the way. Oh, I forget which way it goes. I think this way. Yes. Push it in all the way. Perfect. Yeah, I'm glad I have that middle one because otherwise I could tell it would be kind of bubbling out there. I think it's fine when you have a smaller piece to not do that, but for the bigger pieces, I think that's good. Okay. Let's not get that plant stuck in there. Wowza, I'm obsessed. Is this my new thing I'm gonna be doing? Probably. Also, somebody on my last video commented that they liked my singing. I don't think it was a literal comment like you're a good singer, but that is funny. I don't know why I do that. I sing accidentally a lot of the time, but I really don't sing. Like, it's not a skill that I possess, sadly. Okay, let us put this tiny little piece of tape I have around this dude here. I think tape would definitely be fine, but I just like how easy this is to take off. Sometimes when I would take off tape when I had plants growing on planks, I feel like it would rip some of the aerial roots back off. This feels like a gentler way to do it. Okay, ta-da! So that is that. This process is all done. I will definitely update you guys in another month or so just to see how everything's going. Comment down below, would you try this? Let me know what you thought. Do you think it's gonna work? Do you think it won't? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.